Hi, if you want to see how I did my nails, stick around and you will see. Thanks for joining me on Tracy Mac Mobile Nails, and please do not forget to subscribe and share with others. I've already picked out my nail tips, as you could see, and I'm moving them out of the way to get them to the side while I prep my 10 fingers by using my Orly cuticle pusher to push back my cuticles. And if you guys remember that I do not use music on my videos because I don't want any issue with copyright issues when I also put my video edited version on a different social media. So sorry if you find this boring, but just stick around and you will see the process. I'm filing the tip of my nails. They're really short from, kind of using a lot of different and nail enhancement, but my nails are normally naturally long, but they haven't grown since I've been starting to use them on my nails. But it's okay because at the end of the day they look really pretty when I'm done, and I'm just clipping them because sometimes it's so thin that when I file it, it hurts. It cracks the nail, and while so filing it sometimes makes it worse, so I just go ahead and clip it. And I'm just still cleaning up my cuticles. So now I'm taking my e-file to help roughen up the surface, and I'll go ahead and do that on all 10 fingers. I'll be using my alcohol to clean up the surface of my nails and get them ready for the next step. So I'm using my glue to go ahead and put my tips on. For me, when I do them on myself, I prefer to put on my tips like this. It's just easier for me to control um, before it gets, when I put it on a tip and then I go to put it on my fingernails, somehow I get it on my hand. So see, I'm good at that, but I'm always catching it. I did buy one of the holders, so that's on its way in order to hold polish, glues, and things like that. So I'm going to be putting the tips on all 10 fingers right now. And now I'm taking my nail clippers and making my nails into a coffin shape. I'm normally a square person, but I kind of took them in a little bit, so they're not really 100% coffin, but they're not exactly square. So they're somewhere in between. And I'm telling you, this is so hard to do when your right hand versus your left hand. It is for me. I haven't gotten used to it yet, but practice makes perfect. So I'm going to go ahead and do this and shape it up for all of my 10 nails. So now I'm going to take my e-file again and blend the tip into my nail. And again, this will be done to all 10 fingers. So I'm just brushing all the dust off and taking the alcohol pad again and cleaning up my fingers from all the dust so that I could go ahead and start to dip powder from Kiara Sky. So I'm happy with the length that I have, which by the way is I think the first time I've worn this long. And I'm going to go ahead and use the bond. And before you do anything, go ahead and put the bond just to the nail bed, not the tip. And do that for all 10 fingers. These came off literally 3 weeks maybe. Don't forget your base, which is number 2. She has all her all her stuff labeled with numbers, so I could tell you the step in case you forget. And the next is number 2, and you put that on before you put any. That's the base before you put anything on. Right now, that's the natural that I'm dipping in. This one I'm keeping for myself, so I'm going to be using it on anyone else. So I went ahead and dipped, but I don't like the dipping process. I prefer the pour on. But So for every step, I will be putting on a base coat and making the tips of my fingers thick. So basically, to build a higher arch for dip powder, you start with the center and go across, and then you go down once, and then another time, and then look at it how you like the thickness of it or the arch of it, and you build it from there. I I think I did 3 different dip with natural before I went to the color. So was that so just sit and watch how I do all 10 fingers. So now I'm going to number 3, which is the sealer. You have to use this every time the nail becomes too thick to make sure that it penetrates all the way through and hardens the nail. If you skip this step, it can cause lifting, and it. I wouldn't go more than 3 layers without putting on a sealer. It really lasts. Harden the nails really good, and made it stay a lot longer. I had no lifting until it was actually time to come off. I went ahead and cleaned up my surface or my containers and my fingers with the alcohol pad, and I took the clear and I poured in my recycling bin to go ahead and put that on top of the color. So that's what you use again with the base, and then you pour it on. That's to protect the color that it doesn't bleed anywhere else. It kind of keeps locks it in there. And so I'm gonna go ahead and do that for all 10 fingers. When the layer is becoming too thick, don't forget to use number three, which is your sealer. It seals everything in so that it could dry and harden. And without that, it's going to be very hard. Um, if the nail is too thick, it's not going to be able to penetrate and keep it really stiff and hard. And you might have lifting if you don't do this. And you know I'm going to be taking my Orally builder in a bottle that also builds nails, but I'm using it today to put on my rhinestone. And I just bought these beautiful Swarovski crystal. I'm just using two, and the rest are crystals that I bought from a different company, but I'm telling you, you cannot tell the difference. And I did also my little 3D flower, but I did it with the 3D gel. Basically, it's thick enough for you to form it into flowers, but you have to cure it under the light. So watch me finish my nails. So now I'm finished and I'm putting on my top coat to help also keep the rhinestone adhere to my nails and make it nice and glossy. So, what do you think? I know they're a little bit excessive, but that's who I am. Actually, they're not enough for me. I went on vacation, and these were my vacation nails. I went for like 14 days, and I came back, and they were still on. The reason why I had to take them off was because my nails were going out, and they were starting to. I kind of jammed one, and I had to start taking them off because I didn't want to hurt my natural nails. So anyways, I hope you like them. I love Kiara Sky dip powder. I'm going to try it again. But please don't forget to subscribe, and I'll try and have more videos coming up soon. Take care.